Hey, friends. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks to Upcar for that presentation on Code Engine, where he was able to take what we had built in the first workshop and deploy it easily, among other things. Code Engine's pretty cool. And I'm here to talk to you about more ways to deploy your applications. So I am going to kind of get this party started, add that to the stream. I'm going to add that. So that right there on the bottom is a way for you to get free IBM Cloud, which we're going to look at some of these things today. And, we're looking at actually IBM Cloud here on the screen. But that link down there, ibm.biz/NearForm Q2, is a link to get free cloud. Everybody loves a cloud. And just to be clear, the capitalization is needed. Capital N, capital F, capital Q. And we are running this NearForm Presents event, IBM and NearForm and a third partner on a quarterly basis. So that's why it's Q2. But also mark your calendars. Next quarter, we will have another event. And forgive me if you hear some noise. My dog has a bone, and he is not far away. But this is the world we live in. So cool. I will talk to you about Code Engine. I'm surprised it doesn't say Code Engine in big letters right across the top. But you see over here on the right or the left, whatever side. Let's see if. Oh, wrong button. I'll do it again. I blow that up a little bit. So we're looking at Code Engine. I'm not going to go into this because Upcar just went through this, but really awesome way to quickly get stuff up and running. You can do source to image here with just a GitHub repo, or an actual, Docker image. Go live super quickly. I think, Upcar went over some of the stuff. You can do batch jobs, truly serverless to get to zero, Kubernetes. So it's great. And if you're curious, Sai does great videos on all this stuff, all this cloud related stuff. So go check out his videos. And Code Engine is a great way to deploy your applications. What are some other ways that you could deploy your applications? Let's take a look, right? So in the first workshop, we were building something cloud native. So we're expecting to use Kubernetes, whatever you want to call it. So that is something that you can do on IBM Cloud. And let's see, I know that you can get a free cluster on IBM Cloud. Where's my camera? There it is. So, if you want to try this out, definitely check that link at the bottom and sign up. The only thing I will say, I guess I should make this clear, this little asterisk here, the free cloud gets you all sorts of resources for free for I think indefinitely. I think you need to update the applications every couple of weeks or something otherwise they spin them down. But Kubernetes cluster, you actually have to put a credit card in, and it only lasts for 30 days. And the reason why there are those restrictions is because of crypto, Bitcoins, all that stuff, miners, they take advantage of the stuff and go crazy. And so we have to require a credit card for this, but it'll shut down after 30 days if you're on the free plan. Or you can, if you are building a production-ready application and you want to use Kubernetes clusters, which you should, then you can, switch to the standard plan, right? So, I just wanted to show you this. Super easy to do this. It's telling me I already have a free cluster. That's why I don't have any of the other options here. But if I didn't, let's see if I switch to standard, you'll see a couple of options here. On how you want to run it. And it's pretty easy to get up and running pretty quickly. But as you'll see, it's, this is for, you see the price on the right side. This is for, real applications that are making real money and are going to cost real money to run. But this is running a robust production ready application in the cloud. This is what you do. A perhaps more modest way to run your application is using Cloud Foundry, and this is technology that's been around for a while, and this is a part of the free tier. So you could get Cloud Foundry, your Node.js application up and running in Cloud Foundry pretty quickly. The thing I wanted to share with you is like the main thing that you will need. Where is it? Is a manifest YAML file, and you don't really even need much in there. Just an application name and what sort of memory you want to use. This is kind of the bare bones, 256, but I think that's what you get for free. But that's plenty for a Node app. For a modest Node application, you should be good there. So you add your manifest.yaml file to the root of your directory. And then, you can use, let's see, does it show it here? It doesn't, but there is, let's see, what does it say here? We'll take a look here. So this is a way that you can deploy your application through the UI interface. I was hoping, no, it doesn't, but there's some basic, let's see if I can, IBM Cloud CLI, some basic Cloud Foundry commands that you can use. Let's see if I can find Cloud Foundry. There we go. So you don't even need the UI. Managing Cloud Foundry applications. No, that's not what I want. Use IBM CFI. This is new to me. Deprecated. Things change. But in IBM Cloud, the CLI, there are ways to easily deploy Cloud Foundry applications. Any in here? I will have to share this later, how you get to it. They move things around on me. But cool. It's actually super easy and free and all of that stuff. So definitely Cloud Foundry is an easy way to get your application up and running as well. But we talked about Kubernetes for starters, right? And you may have noticed this prominent little bit of real estate right here. If you want to get up and running with OpenShift, which is a more opinionated way to run your Cloud Foundry, your Kubernetes deployments, we have that option here on IBM Cloud. And the cool thing about OpenShift is that it's essentially cloud agnostic, right? So you can run OpenShift on any of the cloud providers, including IBM Cloud. And so, this is a great way to not be locked in, but still be taking advantage of Kubernetes and the things that come along with it. As I mentioned, it's an opinionated way to run your to orchestrate your applications, your Kubernetes clusters. The selling point is that if you are managing your own Kubernetes deployments and you have a DevOps team, you're going to need a robust team to manage all the aspects of your Kubernetes, DevOps, the whole kit and caboodle. And if you use OpenShift, you're there with the opinionated approach. You may need less of a team because all this stuff is sort of baked in for you, and it's like battle tested. And this is what a great way to run your production application. It'll you can see the cost there. It costs a little bit more, but then you end up saving money on the people that are managing your application. Because if we look at landscape cncf.io, and I know this isn't fair because this has a lot of stuff in here, but it's common to pull this up just to show that the cloud native landscape can be vast, and it takes a lot of a full team to run kind of a bare cloud native DevOps infrastructure. But if you are using, where's my thing? Beep, boop, bap. Where'd it go? Oh, maybe it's down here. Nope, this one. Nope. Where the heck did it go? No. There we go. If you are using OpenShift, you know, a lot of those decisions kind of come out of the box, and it's easier to manage. There's a great interface, and it's a great way to deploy and manage your robust applications, right? So you can, you know, work through this interface, but a more, you know, if you're at the DevOps level, you are probably going to be using the command line interface, and the kind of most robust version of that is the OpenShift CLI, which is OC for short. And you can see the documentation here. Basically, you know, once you install it, you know, all the things that you would expect a variety of commands to work with here. So that's kind of the like real DevOps view into the CLI into OpenShift. But if you are a developer like me, this is going to be a lot more than what you need. So the OpenShift team has created what we call ODO, or I've heard it pronounced a variety of ways. And let's see, IMG ODO. I'm not talking about this guy. Just want to get that out of there. I'm talking about the OpenShift developer-focused CLI tool, right? And you know, as it says here, existing tools such as OC, which is what we looked at a minute ago, is more operations-focused and requires a deeper understanding of Kubernetes and the OpenShift container platform concepts. So ODO abstracts away those sort of deeper concepts, those more complex, you know, things that you would need to do that are more complex in managing your container platform, allowing developers to focus on what is most important to them, which is their code. And so, you know, this is definitely, if you are a developer and working with OpenShift, this is the CLI tool that you will want to use. Right. However, I'm going to take this a step further and talk to you about NodeShift, which is another tool that the OpenShift team have put together. And this one is, you know, OC is like, you got the whole kit and caboodle. ODO is like, okay, I'm a developer, so I only need to know about this bit. Right now, NodeShift goes, okay, now I'm a Node.js developer. And so I want a tool to manage Kubernetes and OpenShift that knows that I'm running a Node application, knows Node, and can make some assumptions based on that, right? So with NodeShift, the CLI is going to be like, okay, we're building Node applications, so you have a package JSON file, and I can pull a lot of information about your application based on that package JSON file, right? I don't know if I have. Do I have a robust package JSON file handy? Let me see here. Oh, no. What do we have in here? I am in the middle of something important, and I have some things being delivered. Thank you. Nice, tasty drink. So here is a package JSON file. This is my own kind of thing, but it's got, thank you. It's got a bunch of things in here, particularly like start and test. If I had a more robust application here, you'd have a whole variety of scripts here, and you know, NodeShift would understand what those are being used for and be able to, you know, take advantage of that, right? And you know, they're again, it's opinionated, so it takes some opinions that we have landed on in IBM and Red Hat based on our work on Node and our work in the cloud native space. And so things like Opossum for circuit breaking is kind of assumed by default. And while I am talking about assumptions and recommendations and stuff, I know I mentioned this in my earlier workshop, but I'll call it out here for folks who are maybe didn't see that part. But basically, we have a Node.js reference architecture in the NodeShift org on GitHub, and in here we talk about we recommend things and we talk about them. We share approaches that you may take in building out your Node.js application. So you'll see here the things that are linked are things that we've already fleshed out. Things that are not linked are things we are working on. But there's lots of great information here, and some of those things are born out of the work that we've done with NodeShift and our work in working on Node Core. We've got many people working in the Node.js project, including folks on the TSC, the Technical Steering Committee. And so we've got a lot of experience here, and we've taken that to the reference architecture. And I'll also point out while we're here, we have a bunch of starters as well, some starters for getting up and running with Node, and particularly on cloud native implementations. So those are some of the ways that you might start to deploy your application. These are, cloud native sort of destinations for your cloud native applications. And another thing that I wanted to share with you is this OpenShift interactive learning portal. And this is at learn.openshift.com. And I started messing around with these a few weeks ago, and I am super impressed with how well these work. You know what? We've got a few minutes, so why don't we jump into one here, right? Let's just really start with the basics. What's cool about this is it's got an integrated command line. So I'm going to start this scenario, they call it, right? So I don't know if you can see it well. Let me look at the screen. It's a little bit small. Let me try blowing it up. I just don't know if it's going to break the interface here, but we'll try it. So this is fun. And this is a great way to start learning about OpenShift and the concepts, which these things, I'm saying OpenShift, obviously, because, the Red Hat, IBM, all that stuff. But a lot of these things apply to Kubernetes orchestration approaches, techniques, and whatnot. So going through this would be beneficial to anyone looking to learn more about that, right? So I am going to, can I just press that? Yeah. So cool. So I even just pressing that button, see, I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see that. I'll point right there. See the little check mark? That is so sweet. I'm very impressed with how this works. Yeah, I didn't type that in properly. So OC login -u developer. Right now, it's going to ask me for my password, and I'm going to type in developer. Did I type it in? Good. Right. So now I am in there, and who am I? I am developer. Great. So I am logged in, and we'll just do this for a couple minutes, and then I will let you kind of go on your way here. So what is it telling me here? So we're going to log into the web console. Okay, so this will actually take us through the web interface for a few. Do I need to do this? Let me try deploying your first image. Yeah, so it's taking us to the web interface, which is cool. There's lots of the web interface overall is super. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. How do I? Nope, that's not what I wanted. This section focuses on the web console. Click on the console. There we go. So I'm going to jump over here, and we're going to go developer, right? And after logging in the console, you'll be on the projects page. Okay, so developer, that, did I get that right? You don't need to remember that. I'm going to try to hustle through this because it is pretty cool. So we're going to skip the tour, right? So we are in what's interesting is, and maybe they'll talk about this, but there's a developer view and an administrator view. And the developer view just shows us what we need, right? So it talks about a project. A project kind of contains all of the aspects of your Kubernetes space. So we're going to do my project and create continue. This is fun, right? So we're going to add a project. No projects exist. Where's our projects? Projects. Create new project. There we go. So my project. Cool. So that's up and running. We can explore the different views, but I'm going to stay in the developer perspective, and we are going to deploy our first. Oops, I can just copy this. We only got a few minutes, so I will try to keep this short. But we are going to choose. We're going to choose the container image option, right? Sorry, how do I get there again? What am I looking at? Deploying. So we're on my project. Sorry, I'm trying to read really fast so that we can get through this quickly, but then I'm skipping over things. Choose the container. Oh, so topology, right? We're in my project, so that's important. They were saying that in the text there. Let me see what the private chat is saying to me. If I don't see walking, it's not a Slack. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to click on this container image here. And what does it say to do? So we clicked on that, and then within the deploy image page, image from external registry, deploy image from external registry, right? And validated, right? It'll be populated with that stuff. That should all be good by default. And a route makes, normally you would keep this box checked since it's very convenient to have the route created. But because we're going to do some things here, they want us to uncheck the box. And that is down here, create a route. Because I think we're going to, if you were to go through this, it would create the route. It would normally leave that checkbox checked and it would create a route for you. But in this tutorial, they want to show you how to create your own route. And so that's why they suggest not doing that. I don't know if you can even see this, but now it's two. There. You can see it down there, right? Cool. And I'm going to wrap up in just a minute. And as it said, we saw the blue bar go around. And then that's our vanilla container deployed to OpenShift, which is pretty sweet. But the side panel, up arrow. So if we go into here and we go to details, is this what I was talking about? Yeah. So and can I scroll this? Nope. Cool. So if I want to add more pods, boom, I just click that button and it just added another pod. I'm going to do 3 because that's kind of standard. You see that? Isn't that impressive? So cool. So yeah, I could go through this with you all, but I'm pretty much running out of time. Oh, but you know what? I'm going to do this one last thing to show the self-healing aspect, right? So on the resources tab, we want to kill a pod. Resources, right? And how do I do that? Do I click onto it? No, let me go back. Okay, actions, delete pod. Let's try that. So resources, actions, not delete deployment. I'm not sure I'm in the right section. What am I missing here? So on the resources tab is scale. We'll open one of the pods by clicking and saying, okay, that's what I'm missing. Okay, so open one of the pods, resources, open a pod, and then actions, we say delete pod. We delete it, right? And then if we
I will look up for 10 negative gifts from Starbucks. And
then we should see that's where the heck am I now? Sorry. That's that it would spin back up. If I go back to here, my project topology, then we would see that the stuff is all back up and running. Cool. So I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll call this section a wrap, right? This is a good time to stop. But I hope this was helpful in terms of getting your deployments up and running, your cloud native applications. As I mentioned before, the link at the bottom of the screen will give you, oh, I put that in there, will give you, now you can see it twice. So nice, you see it twice, maybe even 3 times. Depends on how far you can look in there. We'll give you a free cloud. You can do all sorts of stuff there, including Cloud Foundry, free Kubernetes cluster, with your credit card on that one, but so much stuff to do. But these are some ways that you can deploy your cloud native application. So I'm going to call it a wrap. We'll give a couple-minute break, and then we will get the next session started. So thanks for hanging out, and we will see you soon.